Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at some excerpts from the final episode of the first season of Street Dance Girl Fighter. This is going to encompass round 1. And I will say the audio on round 1 footage is a bit sensitive. I did recently get a new webcam for when I do full episode reactions, and I was testing out kind of the audio side of it, and bless it, it was not really feeling how loud I can get. So do forgive me if some of my sound on those analysis sound a bit wild and out of pocket. That's why. If you also notice that maybe some of my feedback seems a bit out of context or a little bit different or strange, that could be because I am tailoring it to some other aspects that I found within the episode. I do try to tailor and tie things all back together, and sometimes that doesn't happen. So I apologize if I say something that may seem a bit confusing. Hopefully I'll be able to clarify that in the discussions that will hopefully follow. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Here we go. Hey, player, 어디든 가고 play on. 말해줘, 그래도 that's for me. 난 좀 뜨겁게 상처만 거쳐만 다른 듯한 느껴봐 feeling 아찔해 이건 just my stars 점점 올리는 이 빛 give me that teen I lost my breath like it dance like it burning 뜨겁게 타올라 끝없이 춤출 때 whatever in fire 뜨거워질 준비됐니 저 높이 올라 higher give me that fire boom boom follow fire Ooh. Yeah. Oh, I love that visual around the back. Was so nice. Fun. I love that. Little guada on that action. It does feel like we're marking these potted berets. Who knew that potted berets would be such a weakness for so many people? That was really, really fun. Now, I do know they were saying that one group choreographs for a verse and chorus, I think, and then the other group choreographs for verse and chorus. So I'm assuming Brand New Child did the first one, and Cluec did the second verse. I really liked Cluec's choreography in the second verse and their visuals. They had really great levels and dynamics. So I am very intrigued on the scoring for this, for sure. If we want to create a whole new image for us, we'll come with majestic moves. I mean, it's really nice. I feel though, with Brand New Child section, which is, like I've said, I'm assuming Brand New Child's was the first section, it did feel like we weren't utilizing our levels in an unpredictable or captivating way. It just felt like we have numbers, so we have to make it simplistic. It felt simpler, or they were compromising a lot, is what it felt. But then with Cluec, they went for it, you know, like their concepts, because maybe they were overshadowed by number, so their concepts had to really stand out to showcase them as features, which actually I think worked in their favor for a track like this. This beginning was really nice. I love the complementary blue and pink, very easy to tell who is who, which is really fun. Yeah, da-da-da-da-da-da. Nice little feature in the front, and to go to showcase everybody coming up. Dipping down for me. That was fun, but notice that whenever my center travels over a little bit to stage right or to the left side, you notice that she is, what's the word, kind of not really establishing proper spacing to really showcase she's fully transitioned over. So that would be my overall note. Divvying it through. I do like this choreo in the beginning, and I like how they're all framed to the outside, but it does feel like we're going more simpler in the content for the sake of numbers, which I totally understand, you know. Digging through. Now, do I feel like we got firework? Personally, I didn't. It could be because of their costuming. Really may chalk it up to that. I like this motion, do-do-do, do-do-do, with the arms up. That was a great choice there. And it also looked like they were trying to do a lock-in. I think I said that about Nunia and a floor set, too. So I think it's interesting the overlap that we're encountering here. Or wait. Maybe it was ATs. I had just been reacting to ATs at the time of watching this, so maybe it was them in one of their sets. Who knows? I've been reacting to so much recently because I'm on break, so I have the time to do so much, which is great, but things meddle a little bit more than I would like them to. I like this with the X was cool, having half down and then half up, which is nice. That was cool, but then you have your feature over that's kind of branched off that could have potentially taken away from this X happening, because when you look, 1, 2, 3, 4, standing, 1, 2, 3, yeah, I don't know if that was the best choice to put your feature there in that little corner section, but this was really nice. But if you look here, you see that a lot of people, at least our 2 lines right here, that's fine. It's the second line. It's the same level, so it's not translating like a tiered leveled formation. And I think that was my biggest qualm with this, because I really like this back section, but it feels like we're overly dense in this level justification. So my suggestion for them would be, I love this level, but maybe having them lower, like actually sitting on the knees, and then my midline being up on the knees, and then my third being in their proper depth that they had. Then you would have had a hugely tiered leveled formation. And honestly, this catches me a little off guard. It could be a sense of projecting. I did see Brand New Child in 2022 whenever they competed for Worlds at HHI, so I do know 2022 Brand New Child. I do not know 2021 Brand New Child, so please keep that in mind as well. But I mean, I think this is really fun to see. I think that's just my biggest no, and that could, you know, not have them score as well as they could in comparison to Cluec. I really think Cluec should score higher if the choreography, I'm thinking in verse 2, is theirs. I do like this moment. This moment's really nice, but notice that everybody's fully committing to it as well as they could. I love with the double and then having everybody pull up on the side. Great choice. I like this motion. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That was really fun. Enjoyable to see. I like this with the whacking and the locking, and the locking with the speed change was really cool. Having everybody tailor around the back was really nice. That bleed, 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 which was cool. That boom, boom, really fun. Yeah, full of fire. And I love the levels here. When you have a lot of people, levels are mandatory. You can't have everybody in unison all the time. It's going to make it so stagnant so quickly. Great example, Born to Be is a brilliant example. Etsy's track, they use so many people in it. It really does give me 1 million mega from Stream Woman Fighter Season 2, and I learned it with 17's choreographer, and that was very surprising for me, even though I know he is affiliated with 1 million, but that's a completely separate topic. All that to say, they use so many levels, and it made it very captivating and digestible and really refined to their concept. Here, I feel like that's one of the key elements missing in this course and in the verse, is really taking advantage of the numbers that you have. It's okay if you choose to go simpler in your content, especially for a show like this, but you don't want to sacrifice visuals and dynamics and just the amount of choices you can use in ripples and cannons and add-ons and breakaways and all of those speed changes and things. I really feel like we were picking up energy around that pre-chorus to chorus, but we really needed to see some of that in the first verse. That fire, 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 which is nice, but then they come up. We still have some unison. The unison is fine with the transitions, but even here, notice some of the range of the content. That right there, not everybody had a really strong committed level change, so it was hard to read what was going on in that moment. And bringing it up and bringing it down, boom, doo, 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 and a dip, and a dip. So it is fun to see the content. And I like seeing them all have their moments. I like the basket runs, but notice that they're kind of going up and down. I do like that. And then they're continuing to coordinate with the choreography presented, which was fun. This is definitely bringing more complexity. And look at the levels presented. I do like that. Then that right there, boom, 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 really great on the accent. Dipping and a hot and a boom and a hot. Great. Honestly, this is a great challenge to lip sync to, because it is a track made for them, so might as well vibe out and lip sync to it. I love that. Boo-dee-doo-doo-doo. That was cool, having the wide range of levels here. Great choice. Diving it through with the transition, now having their moment, going through, locking, really nice with a little Scooby-Doo. It did feel a bit marked, and I think that's my overall note that I noticed with Cluec. I'm assuming Cluec's in blue and Brand New Child's in pink just from the sheer numbers. That makes the most sense to me. But my note for Cluec is some of them, and their pas de bourrées is when I said it the first time, it looks very marked. And if they were in heels, it would make way more sense. But because they're in combat boots, and it seems that they have quite a large range that they can use in their outfits, there should have been a lot more investment in that rock and that pull into those grooves. Especially, I would say, I would point out a specific dancer. It would be my dancer right here. I feel like we're not fully investing as much in that rock or in that body as I think we could have. Melting it down, that was really nice having this moment with the walkthroughs. And a spicy, I feel like we're hitting the movement, but we're not really carrying the essence that we can carry. It happens near the second half of this section, not quite the first half. That little me, it does feel like she's just doing content, and then the other dancers from Brand New Child are kind of owning it more than she is from Cluec. So that would be my note to her. Really, we know she can show this flamboyant presentation of sassiness and class, right, in her movement. But we're not quite seeing it as much here, and I really wish we could have. I like this energy that she has. She goes up. I love this bleed that happens. It's probably one of my favorite visuals of the whole set. They travel all the way over. Love this moment that we carry, and then having everybody do a little Black Mamba moment from Espa. Really nice. Dipping it down, I would even say, I mean, technically XG hasn't debuted yet, but XG did a little bit of that in their Tippy Toes set. So, and that was a really nice moment. Bleeding it through, having a little moment of our feature in the front. Fun. This was great. I love this sequence where you have every other person driving down, and notice those that are down, everyone's head is committed down. Head matters for these types of things. I've said that a lot, but I always like to elaborate because I never know which video is the first for someone. So I always want to treat it like it's the first time you're watching, without overkilling the details on some stuff. But I really like the ever other choice with the usage of the head. Those that are facing front are the ones that are obviously up, and then those that are down, their head is looking away, so you actually have hair and you don't have this extra eyes looking at you, so it kind of makes you debate on what to look at, but it's really nice to clearly see who you're supposed to look for. I love that there too, and everybody is continuing with the same groove in the lower body, but the polyrhythm is extended to those who choose to stand up tall, and I love that. I think just some baby refinement just from some of these angles at the top, but nothing that's going to kill it. Having her moment go to the front was really nice and enjoyable. I love the pull of energy here. Bringing it around to... I do like this choreo. Fire. Hey, hey. It's very enjoyable. I do like it. Building up do-do-do, do-do-do. And I noticed that they accented with the hips, so that really carries more energy here. Little guada guada. My note for guada guada is make sure you're actually using more than just your legs there. You gotta have some essence behind it. It's not just content. There's culture behind it. So that would be my note there. Bringing it through. Even pairing it with a little bit of extra afro to tailor it off. So you got a whole little afro sequence. You got to make sure that it's invested 150% of the way, not just content. There's authenticity that's required for that. I love this motion here because they're being mindful of the color of the pants, because it helps tailor it out accordingly. And I love this energy. They projected it out, brought it back in. Back to the guada guada. I like this here. I do feel like the guada guada was a little bit on the better side, but this one right here felt more stagnant. So I want this kind of motion or this type of groove that's affiliated with the guada guada to really make its way through into the secondary section of that afro motion. And I love this here. Ding, ding, ding. And they branch it away. So this was very, very fun, especially on Cluec's part, which just goes back to the point of we really wish that they didn't feel the need to have to do what they did to Squid, you know, and that's just something that's going to be lingering for them for the majority of their career for the oncoming years. And I hate saying that, but we all know the sensitivity of the world, you know, especially the sensitivity to the symptoms of bullying and things like that. So, and I've already said many things already, so I'll spare you the details. I've already said what I've said about the whole situation. I just find it that they did a very good job here on the levels. They utilized their dancers. If the second section was in fact
Cluec's, but I really liked the chorus, and that tail end was really nice, so I did enjoy that. I am curious as to how the scoring will go for this.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to check out any more full episode reactions of the Street Fighter series, I have been doing full episodes to both Season 1 and Season 2 of Street Dance Girl Fighter. I also have a ton of content that tailors to Street Woman Fighter and Street Man Fighter, specifically certain challenges that didn't make their way to YouTube. I have all of that in a nice pretty folder called Block Content, so you can go check it out there. I also analyze a wider range of content, including D-League from Japan, which is the professional dance crew league, as well as many different types of K-pop groups, and I have quite a few marathons that are actively happening right now, as well as finished. So if you're somebody who likes to binge a lot of analysis and content, hopefully I have something that could interest you there. But if you're okay with just seeing what comes out on YouTube every day, I'm totally welcoming of that, and I always appreciate discussions on both sides. Once again, I am Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.